Welcome to the Prescott Lab podcast, not just theory, practical science for everyone. Gentlemen, let me be honest. That cup of green tea you drink every morning, thinking it's keeping you healthy, protecting your heart, and maybe even supporting your manhood is doing almost nothing for you. I know that sounds harsh, but what if I told you that your so-called healthy ritual might actually be robbing you of the vitality you're trying to preserve? I'm Dr. Jonathan Prescott, a board-certified urologist and men's health specialist. For over 30 years, I've helped thousands of men regain their energy, confidence, and performance naturally. I've spent decades studying how a man's body changes with age. And today I'm going to share something that could completely transform the way you think about something as simple as your morning tea. Here's the truth. Green tea is packed with life-enhancing compounds, but your body can't always absorb them, especially after 60. It's like pouring premium fuel into a car with a broken engine. Nothing happens. But there's one simple, inexpensive ingredient probably sitting in your kitchen right now that can change everything. Just a pinch of this turns your green tea into a potent elixir for energy, circulation, and masculine strength. Before we dive into that secret, make sure to hit the subscribe button and turn on notifications. That way, you won't miss any science-backed tips for maintaining energy, circulation, and vitality. If you're ready to make your green tea truly powerful, type 1 in the comments. If not, type 0. I always appreciate your feedback. It helps me create better content tailored to you. Now, why does your daily cup of green tea, no matter how organic or expensive, often do almost nothing? It starts with a myth most men over 60 still believe, the myth of the healthy green tea habit. You may feel proud sipping it, thinking you're protecting your heart, boosting metabolism, or slowing aging. But biologically, the key compounds are fragile. Heat, light, and stomach acids start breaking them down before they can reach your bloodstream. So what you have is a comforting routine that tastes good but delivers little. And that's not your fault. No one ever told you that green tea, despite all its hype, has a flaw that makes it nearly useless for older men. But here's the good news. A simple, natural fix exists, and it doesn't involve pills, powders, or expensive supplements. Gentlemen, before we continue, I want to say this. If you like this advice, press that like button. It's your way of committing to your health, your energy, and your confidence. And here's my little blessing for you. May your mornings feel stronger, your days sharper, and your evenings full of ease. Keep sipping with purpose, your best years are ahead. Let's talk about the real reason your body sometimes feels like it's betraying you, not because you did anything wrong, but because your delivery system is failing. When I say delivery system, I mean the intricate network that carries nutrients, oxygen, and hormones where they need to go: the bloodstream, the microcapillaries, the transport proteins, even your digestive enzymes. It's the postal service of your biology. And like any postal service, it slows down with age. Back when you were 30, your circulation was a freeway at dawn, open, efficient, smooth. Now after 60, it's more like a two-lane country road at rush hour, slower, narrower, and sometimes backed up. And that's why all those healthy habits that once worked miracles now seem to give you nothing. You drink green tea for antioxidants, but the antioxidants never make it through the gates. You take your vitamins, but they barely cross the intestinal wall. You eat spinach for its nitrates, but your enzymes are too tired to convert them into nitric oxide. I saw this play out with one of my longtime patients, Henry, 72, a retired air traffic controller. "Doc," he said, "I eat clean, I exercise, I meditate, but my energy feels trapped, like it's there but it can't reach the surface." He wasn't wrong, his nutrients were trapped. The issue wasn't willpower or knowledge. It was absorption, distribution, and bioavailability, the hidden triad that decides whether what you eat actually reaches your cells. Modern medicine has a tendency to overcomplicate this. It prescribes supplements, powders, or synthetic boosters. But here's the truth. Sometimes what the body needs isn't more, it's access. Imagine trying to water your garden with a hose full of cracks. More water doesn't help until you fix the hose. And so before we even talk about superfoods or miracle teas, we have to repair that system. The enzymes, the liver, the microcirculation all must wake up again. The good news, that's not a fantasy. It's achievable with small targeted changes. Now, if you're listening and nodding along or even rolling your eyes thinking, here comes another lecture, stay with me. Because in the next part, I'll show you how one of the world's oldest so-called health drinks isn't the hero it's made out to be. Unless you combine it with something so simple, it's probably sitting in your kitchen cabinet right now. Before we move forward, if what I'm saying clicks with you, hit like to let me know you're following along. That tiny click tells YouTube this message matters. And if you've ever felt that frustration doing everything right but still not seeing results, drop a comment that says, "Been there, doc." You're not alone, because gentlemen, what's breaking down isn't your will, it's the system. And once we fix the delivery, everything else starts to work again. Gentlemen, this is where we ruffle a few feathers. Because for years, we've all been told the same story that green tea is a miracle in a mug. The magazines, the wellness blogs, the morning shows, they all chant the same gospel. Drink green tea and you'll live forever. But here's the thing, most of that research, the beautiful charts, the glowing testimonials, was done on young, healthy bodies, metabolisms running like race cars, enzymes sharp as razors. Those studies didn't include the 68-year-old retired firefighter or the 74-year-old grandfather who takes blood pressure meds. They didn't test it on you. So when an older gentleman drinks his green tea religiously every morning, expecting it to lower cholesterol, improve circulation, sharpen memory, and nothing happens, it's not because he's broken. It's because his biology has changed, but his habit hasn't. Let me be clear, green tea does contain powerful compounds, catechins, egg, polyphenols. They are incredible antioxidants. But unless your digestive tract can absorb them and your bloodstream can deliver them intact, they're just bitter leaves in hot water. Think of your body like an orchestra. When you were young, every section, strings, brass, percussion, played in perfect timing. Now, with age, the timing's off. The violins, your enzymes are late. The trumpets, your liver are tired, and the drummer, your circulation, keeps missing the beat. The music is still there, but it's no longer in harmony. One of my patients, Robert, 69, came to me after years of disappointment. "Doc," he said, "I've been drinking green tea for 2 decades, but my blood work still looks the same. Am I wasting my time?" I smiled and told him the truth no one had told him before. Not wasting time, just missing the missing piece. He looked confused. "The missing piece?" "Yes," I said, "you're fueling the engine, but the spark plugs aren't firing. See, after 60, your gut doesn't process polyphenols the same way. The liver doesn't activate them efficiently, and your capillaries, those fine little tunnels that carry nutrients to your cells, lose elasticity. It's not just what you consume, it's what your body can use. So that soothing ritual, the steam, the sip, the calm, it's still good for the soul. But for your cells, they're not getting the memo. Now here's where it gets interesting. There's a simple, natural way to reopen that channel, not a drug, not a supplement. A common spice that's been sitting quietly in your kitchen for years, overlooked, underestimated, yet proven to multiply nutrient absorption several times over. I'll reveal it in a moment, but first, let's get practical. If you've been a green tea drinker for decades, I want to hear from you. How has it worked for you personally? Drop a comment with Team Green if it's helped you, or no results if you've seen nothing. And don't forget, hit like if this resonates. Every time you tap that button, it tells the algorithm that this message, science for men over 60, deserves to be heard. Gentlemen, you've been drinking the right tea. You've just been missing the right partner. And in the next part, we'll meet that partner, the humble kitchen ingredient that turns your morning ritual into a true medicinal brew. Here's where science meets simplicity. The missing partner to your green tea ritual, the one ingredient that can wake up your body's delivery system, is black pepper. Yes, that same humble shaker sitting next to your salt. Now, before you roll your eyes, let me explain. Black pepper contains a compound called piperine, a molecule so deceptively simple yet powerful enough to change how your body absorbs nutrients. Think of piperine as the key that unlocks the cellular gates, letting all those antioxidants and vitamins actually enter your bloodstream instead of getting flushed away. In medical terms, piperine increases bioavailability. That means it helps your body use what you already consume. Research shows it can boost the absorption of certain compounds like curcumin, egg, and even vitamin B6 by several 100%. Not 10%, not 20. Several hundred. I remember a man named David, 71, a retired Navy engineer. He told me, "Doc, I've been doing everything right, green tea, turmeric, even apple cider vinegar, but I still feel like my body's on standby mode." So I told him something that made him laugh. "David, you're running a high-tech operation but without power lines. Let's reconnect the grid." I asked him to keep his routine but to add a pinch of black pepper into his morning tea. Just a pinch, enough to activate piperine's chemistry without changing the flavor much. 3 weeks later, he came back for his checkup. His blood work showed improved liver enzymes, his blood pressure stabilized, and most interestingly, he said his energy was back, not the caffeine buzz kind, but a quiet steadiness. He told me, "It's strange, Doc. I feel awake again, not just in my body, but in my mind." That's what happens when your delivery system wakes up, when your cells finally receive what you've been feeding them for years. Now let's address the skeptics. I can almost hear you muttering, "Come on, Doc, pepper, really?" Yes, really. Piperine works at a molecular level. It temporarily slows down certain enzymes in the liver and gut that break down nutrients too fast. That gives antioxidants more time to enter the bloodstream intact. It's like holding the door open just a little longer so the nutrients can walk through. And the beauty of it all, it's safe, natural, and ancient. Ayurvedic medicine has used pepper for thousands of years, not for flavor, but for function. Here's how to start. When you brew your green tea, add a tiny pinch of freshly ground black pepper, not pre-ground powder, but fresh. That's where piperine is most potent. Stir it well and sip slowly. The warmth of the tea enhances the pepper's chemistry. Before we move on, I want to hear from you. Would you actually try this tomorrow morning? Drop a "Yes, Doc" in the comments if you're curious, or if it sounds too odd, write "maybe later." I'll read them all. And of course, if you appreciate simple, science-backed habits that actually work, go ahead and hit like. That one tap tells me and YouTube that older men's health still matters, that real conversations about aging deserve space online. In the next part, I'll take your questions, real ones from viewers, because I know some of you are already typing, "Prescott, you've lost it. Pepper in tea. Let's talk about it." Before we move on, I want to pause and open up the mailbag. Yes, the real one. You gentlemen have been lighting up my inbox all week, and as always, your questions are sharp, skeptical, and occasionally hilarious. Question 1, Dr. Prescott, are you seriously saying green tea is useless? I've been drinking it for 20 years. Absolutely not. Green tea is fine, it's the delivery system that's the problem. Think of it like having premium gasoline in a car with clogged fuel lines. The gas is great, but it's not reaching the engine. Add a pinch of black pepper and suddenly the system starts working again. Question 2, can't I just take an antioxidant pill instead? You could, but you'd get more benefit from licking a fence post. Okay, I'm exaggerating, but only slightly. The body doesn't recognize synthetic capsules the same way it does natural compounds combined with food. Nature designed these things to work together, not in isolation. Question 3. Doc, my wife said putting pepper in tea sounds disgusting. How do I convince her? Tell her it's not a flavor experiment, it's a masculine biohack. And if that doesn't work, make her a cup too, she'll probably steal it. Question 4. I'm 75. Is it too late for this to work? Never. Your cells may be slower, but they're not dead. I've seen men in their late 80s respond beautifully once we open those microcirculation pathways. It's not magic, it's biology catching its breath. Question 5. You sure this isn't just a gimmick, Doc? Sounds too easy. If easy bothers you, you're going to hate how effective it is. Most of the best solutions in medicine are simple: breathing, moving, resting, hydrating. The complexity sells, simplicity heals. So keep the questions coming. Comment your thoughts, your doubts, or even your jokes. I love reading them all. And if one of these answers made you laugh or think, go ahead and tap that like button. It's the digital version of a handshake, a way of saying, "Got it, Doc." Next, I'll show you exactly how to mix and use this formula safely, precisely, and with a few secret enhancers that turn your morning cup into a true act of renewal. All right, gentlemen, we've covered why black pepper supercharges green tea. Now let's talk how to actually do it right. Because trust me, there's a right way and a wrong way. Here's the Prescott morning brew ritual, designed not just for your circulation, but for your sense of self-respect. Start simple. Boil your water, but don't overboil it. Once it's rolling, let it cool for about a minute. Then add your green tea. Steep it for 3 minutes flat, not 5, not 7, 3. You're coaxing the catechins out, not torturing them. Now the magic moment: 1 small pinch of freshly ground black pepper, not the dusty supermarket kind that's been sitting there since Nixon was in office. Get real peppercorns and grind them fresh. The aroma should sting your nose a bit, that's when you know it's alive. After that, add a slice of fresh ginger. It amplifies circulation, clears inflammation, and brings that warming kick that wakes up your cells. Want to go elite? Add a teaspoon of lemon juice. The vitamin C helps your body absorb those antioxidants 10 times better. And for the truly committed, a drizzle of raw honey. It's not just sweet, it stabilizes your blood sugar and adds probiotics for gut health. Now stir slowly, watch the steam rise, and take the first sip with intention. Don't chug it like gas station coffee. Sip it like it's medicine from the earth, because that's exactly what it is. And here's a hidden tip from my clinic. If you want to boost testosterone naturally, drink this in the morning before breakfast, not after. The mild fasting state makes your cells more responsive to nitric oxide and antioxidant uptake. It's subtle science, but it works wonders over time. Some of my patients like to pair it with 5 deep breaths by the window. I call it oxygen-assisted bioavailability. You'd be amazed what simple breathing does to blood flow and mood. Do this for 21 days straight and you'll notice small shifts: first, clearer thinking, steadier energy, warmer hands and feet. Then over time, deeper ones, more endurance, better sleep, and yes, that spark of confidence that only good blood flow can bring back. So here's your challenge, my friend. Start tomorrow. Make this your ritual. And if you do, I want you to come back to this video in 3 weeks and tell me how you feel. Leave a comment, because your story might be the one that inspires another man to start. And if this part gave you that little spark of hope, hit that like button. Every like tells the algorithm this matters, men's health matters. Next, we'll go 1 level deeper: the subtle signs your body gives when this ritual is working, and what to look for in the mirror and mind. You'll know it's working long before the lab tests do. It's subtle at first, like a quiet hum returning to a long silent engine. The first sign: warmth. You'll feel it in your hands, your feet, maybe even your chest. That's not imagination, that's flow. Blood finally reaching the corners of your body that have been running on low power for years. Men tell me, "Doc, it's like someone turned the lights back on." And I always smile, because that's exactly what's happening at the cellular level. Then the second sign: clarity. That fog you thought was just age, it begins to lift. Morning doesn't feel like a negotiation anymore, it feels like permission. You wake up and your mind starts humming before the coffee even kicks in. That's your neurons finally bathing in oxygen and nutrients again. The third sign catches you off guard: steadiness. You're calmer, less reactive. The small stuff doesn't poke you the same way. That's nitric oxide doing its quiet work, lowering blood pressure, softening tension, stabilizing hormones. It's not just physical balance, it's emotional ballast. Then, and this is where it gets interesting, your confidence starts to return, not bravado, not ego. The quiet, grounded confidence of a man whose body finally matches his will again. You stand a little straighter, you think before speaking, but your words hit deeper. Your wife notices, your coworkers notice, even your posture tells a new story. Some men write to me saying, "Doc, it's strange, I'm sleeping better, but I'm also dreaming again." And I tell them, of course you are. When blood flow improves, your brain finally has the oxygen to repair, process, and imagine again. That's not a placebo, that's the biology of hope. So if you've started this ritual and you're feeling something shift, no matter how small, don't keep it to yourself. Comment below, tell me your first sign. Maybe it was your morning walk felt easier. Maybe your thoughts stopped racing at night, or maybe, just maybe, you caught yourself smiling for no reason. And if that's happened, you're on the right path, my friend. Go ahead and hit that like button because each like tells the YouTube gods. Men's renewal deserves a place in the algorithm. In the next part, we'll go deeper into the why, the science of circulation, and how this simple morning ritual rebuilds the very highways of your vitality. Blood flow, gentlemen, is not just biology, it's biography. It tells the story of how you've lived, how you've eaten, how you've carried stress, and how deeply you've allowed yourself to rest. Every heartbeat is a sentence in that story. And for too many men past 60, that story has turned quiet not because life has ended, but because the rhythm has slowed. Let's talk truth. Your arteries are not old, they are tired. They've been fighting years of inflammation, sugar spikes, and silent tension. Picture them like old highways covered in invisible traffic jams, small blockages that slow down everything: energy, recovery, focus, even desire. Now here's where the beauty of the green tea plus black pepper plus ginger ritual comes in. You're not forcing the system, you're reminding it. Piperine, that compound in black pepper, acts like a biochemical key. It unlocks the gates of absorption, letting antioxidants, polyphenols, and catechins enter your bloodstream freely. Once they are in, something profound happens. Your endothelium, the thin inner lining of your blood vessels, begins to relax. It releases nitric oxide, the molecule of vitality. That's the gas that tells your arteries, open up, let life move again. And as it flows, oxygen and nutrients reach places that have been starved for years. That's not hype, that's textbook physiology. Every sip of that peppered green tea is like oiling the gears of a rusted machine. Slowly, quietly, the system starts to sing again. And circulation isn't just about the heart. It's about everything: the brain that needs blood to think clearly, the muscles that need it to move, the prostate that needs it to heal, even the spirit that needs it to hope. When blood moves, life follows. I've seen this change with my own eyes. Men who came into my office pale, tired, with shoulders slumped, and 6 weeks later they walk in lighter, eyes sharper, laughter quicker. Not because of caffeine or miracle pills, but because the river inside them started flowing again. That's what renewal really is, not turning back time, but restarting the current. And here's the secret most doctors won't tell you: your body never forgets how to heal. It's waiting for the signal, the green light, the smallest gesture of care. That's what this ritual is. A signal. A daily whisper to your cells saying, wake up, we still have work to do. So if that idea moves you, if you feel something stirring when you hear this, give that like button a press. Think of it as a nod to your own comeback story. And stay with me, because next, I'll tell you the quiet miracle that happens when this renewal spreads to your mind and emotions. That's where real longevity begins. There's a moment, quiet, almost invisible, when the body's renewal begins to reach the mind. It doesn't announce itself with fireworks. It comes like morning light through old curtains, gentle but unstoppable. You might notice it first when you wake up and realize you're not tired of waking up anymore. That dull heaviness that used to cling to your mornings starts to fade. The fog lifts, and what's left is something you probably haven't felt in years: interest. Interest in small things, in conversation, in cooking your own breakfast, in calling an old friend just to say hello. That's your neurovascular system waking up. When blood flow improves, the brain's chemistry starts to balance itself again. Cortisol drops, serotonin rises, the mind becomes more resilient, like spring returning after a long frost. Men write to me saying, "Doc, I'm starting to remember things again. Names, places, the smell of my father's workshop." That's not nostalgia, that's neuronal repair. Oxygen and nutrients are fueling the hippocampus, the memory hub, bringing dormant networks back online. But here's the deeper part: your emotional circulation changes too. You stop overreacting, you forgive faster. You start noticing the sky again, the smell of rain, the sound of your own breath. You begin to feel gratitude without effort, not as a thought, but as a reflex. That's a sign your nervous system is finally out of survival mode. And when that happens, everything shifts. You speak slower, but with more weight. You listen longer. You stop needing to prove so much because your presence alone starts to speak for you. That, my friends, is masculine grace, quiet power restored through clarity. This, to me, is the real gift of the ritual, not just better circulation or sharper focus, but peace. The kind that sits in your chest and whispers, "I'm okay again." So if this part of the journey touched something in you, if you've felt that quiet return of clarity or calm, hit that like button right now. Not for me, but as a small declaration that you're reclaiming your ground. And don't leave just yet, because next we'll reach the final chapter where I'll show you how to make this clarity last for years, not weeks. It's the art of staying young from the inside out. Gentlemen, we've walked a long road together, from understanding why your morning green tea may have been failing you, to unlocking its full potential with black pepper, ginger, and lemon, to witnessing the ripple of renewal through your body and mind. Now it's time for the final lesson: how to make this restoration last. Staying young from the inside out is not a sprint. It's a rhythm, a daily conversation with your own biology. It's every sip of your upgraded tea is a whisper to your cells. We still care, we're still active, we're still alive. And when you maintain that conversation day after day, month after month, the results compound. Energy stabilizes, circulation strengthens, mental clarity deepens. And yes, your masculine vitality, that quiet confidence and power, returns in a way that feels natural, not forced. But there's a truth that many men overlook. It's consistency that matters more than intensity. 3 weeks of this ritual can start to transform your body, but years of steady practice turn it into a foundation. The body loves rhythm. It doesn't respond to bursts. It responds to trust. By showing up for yourself daily with just a pinch of black pepper, a squeeze of lemon, a hint of ginger, you are teaching your body that it's safe to heal, safe to thrive. And here's where the beauty lies. This isn't just about tea. It's about reclaiming your life piece by piece. The energy you thought was gone, the focus you assumed was lost, the drive you feared had disappeared, all of it can return naturally, scientifically, quietly, like a sunrise that you've missed for years, now illuminating everything. So here's my call to action. If this journey has resonated with you, press that like button right now. Share it with a friend who might benefit. Drop a comment, tell me what you feel after 3 days, 1 week, or 3 weeks of trying this. And subscribe if you haven't already, so you never miss another tip that can quietly change your life. Every action you take today is an investment in the man you're becoming tomorrow. Before we close, let me leave you with 3 small blessings, American style. May your mornings feel lighter, your afternoons stronger, and your nights more peaceful. May your body surprise you with resilience, your mind with clarity, and your spirit with renewed purpose. And may this tiny ritual remind you every day, age is a number, vitality is a choice, and your best years can still be ahead. Remember, gentlemen, the magic isn't in chasing youth, it's in honoring your body's innate power to repair, restore, and flourish. Your green tea is more than a drink. It's a daily promise, a signal to your cells, a gift to your heart, and a reminder that you're far from finished. Start tomorrow, stir your cup, breathe deeply, and step into the quiet, potent power that is yours by nature, patience, and persistence.